Good morning, dear friend. Today is Tuesday, July 14th. The room is still dim. Morning is near. A new day begins. A thin line of light rests on the curtains. A clear glass of water waits beside the bed. The room is quiet. Your phone has not spoken yet. The day has not begun asking. Still, your attention may already be on your body. You notice the ache first. The heaviness is there. A strange sensation returns. The tiredness followed you. Sleep did not lift it. You sit on the bed's edge. You wonder what today will allow. Perhaps you are already considering a cancellation. Perhaps you are preparing another explanation. The mattress may still hold the warmth of sleep. A folded appointment paper may be nearby. Perhaps yesterday's unanswered message is already in your thoughts. You may be wondering whether standing, showering, dressing, or eating will require more strength than expected. This morning begins here. This prayer may have reached you on a morning when you needed permission to stop fighting your own body, not because every question has been answered, not because every fear has gone quiet, but because you have carried the pressure to appear fine for long enough. You do not have to perform strength here. You do not have to explain everything perfectly. You are welcome exactly as you are. Take one gentle breath. There is no need to force it. Let your shoulders soften if they can. Let your hands rest where they are. The day can wait for this moment. The messages can wait. The plans can wait. Even the questions can wait for a little while. Perhaps one question has been following you through the night. Can I still have a future while my body feels this uncertain? It is a tender question, a frightening one. It may carry more than fear about symptoms. It may hold your work, your studies, your relationships, your independence, and the life you thought would unfold by now. It may hold the worry that your body has become an obstacle between you and everything you hope to become. Dear friend, you do not need to silence that question. You do not need to feel guilty for asking it. God is not offended by honest fear. He is not impatient with your confusion. He is not waiting for you to sound more faithful before he comes near. You can bring him the question exactly as it is. You can bring him the part of you that is tired of waiting. You can bring him the part that is afraid to hope. For these few moments, let this be a place without pressure. You do not have to solve your whole future this morning. You do not have to decide what every symptom means. You do not have to compare your pace with anyone else's. You do not have to prove that you are handling this well. You may simply sit here, breathe, and be seen. Maybe the glass beside you catches a little light now. The room remains quiet. Nothing asks you to explain yourself. Nothing requires a quick answer. Let that ordinary object remind you that this morning can begin without performance. You may sit here as you are. That is where we will begin today. Not with a demand that you become stronger in an instant. Not with a promise that every medical question will disappear. We will begin with the presence of God, who sees the whole person sitting here. He sees more than the symptom, more than the appointment, more than the fear. He sees you. And perhaps this morning the first answer is not a map of everything ahead. Perhaps it is the quiet truth that your life has not been erased. Your dignity has not been taken. Your purpose has not vanished because your body feels uncertain. You can be held while you wait. You can be loved while you ask. You can be accompanied before answers arrive. So let the room remain quiet for another moment. Let the glass of water remind you that God often meets us gently, not all at once, not with pressure, but with grace enough for now. In a moment, we will turn toward Christ's promise and remember what he offers to the thirsty heart. Jesus once spoke to a thirsty woman beside a well. He did not begin by shaming her need. He did not ask her to pretend she was satisfied. He met her where the water was drawn, where ordinary thirst and deeper longing had come together. Then he spoke of another kind of water, a gift that reaches further than anything held in a jar. In the King James Version, Jesus says in John chapter 4, verse 14, "The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life." Notice the tenderness of that image. Living water does not stand at a distance and criticize the thirsty person. It comes near, it enters the place of need, and becomes a source of sustaining life within. This does not mean that every physical concern will be resolved in the way or timing we desire. It does not make medical care unnecessary. It does not turn prayer into a guarantee. The promise is that Christ can meet us within uncertainty. His presence can nourish the soul while the body is tired, while questions remain, and while responsible care continues one step at a time. Perhaps you have spent many mornings trying to hold the entire river in your hands. You have tried to understand every possibility, prepare for every outcome, and protect yourself from every disappointment. Cupped hands cannot control a river. Their posture is one of trust, not mastery. There may be grace for this appointment, grace for this conversation, grace for the work that must be adjusted, grace for the hour when your energy runs low, grace for the moment when fear begins speaking too loudly. You are being invited to stop treating strength as a private supply. Grace is received, not manufactured. The psalmist writes that God leads beside still waters and restores the soul. Still waters are not hurried waters. They do not push the weary traveler forward before rest has done its quiet work. They offer a place to stop. They remind us that restoration may begin with being led, being received, and allowing ourselves to rest in the care of the shepherd. Scripture also tells us that God gives power to the faint. He does not despise faintness. He does not confuse reduced strength with reduced worth. When energy is limited, his compassion is not. When words are difficult to find, his understanding remains complete. When the body feels unfamiliar, the one who formed you has not forgotten your name. Today, we will bring God more than symptoms. We will bring him the plans touched by uncertainty, the confidence that has been shaken, the comparisons that have become painful, and the questions we hesitate to say aloud. We will ask for courage to seek wise care, patience for the waiting, gentleness toward the body, and strength for each responsible choice. We will also thank him. We will thank him for breath that is here now, for every person who has shown kindness, for every door to support, and for every small mercy that has carried us farther than we realized. Gratitude will not deny what hurts. It will give the hurting heart somewhere safe to stand. The river of God's presence is before us. We do not need to force its current. We do not need to prove that we are worthy to receive. We may come thirsty. We may come uncertain. We may come exactly as we are. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for meeting me at the beginning of this Tuesday. Thank you for the breath moving through me now, even if it feels shallow or tired. Thank you for the shelter around me, for the water within reach, for the light slowly entering the room, and for the mercy of one more morning. Thank you that I do not have to arrive before you polished, cheerful, or certain. I can come as I am. Thank you for every quiet kindness that has helped me keep going. Thank you for the person who listened without rushing me, for the ride to an appointment, for the meal I did not have strength to prepare, for the message that came at the right hour, and for the professional who took my concerns seriously. Thank you for each small provision I nearly overlooked. None of these moments removes what hurts, but each one reminds me that care can still find me. Father, I thank you for this body, even when gratitude feels complicated. It has carried me through days I thought I could not finish. It has held laughter, grief, worship, work, friendship, and hope. Forgive me for the times I have spoken to it with cruelty, as though weakness made it my enemy. Teach me to treat what you have made with patience, honesty, and wise attention. This is the fear that greets me before the day has properly begun. Before I reach for my phone, I may already be searching for pain, dizziness, weakness, nausea, or a heaviness that sleep did not lift. I notice the way my feet meet the floor. I measure the distance to the bathroom. I wonder whether standing will feel ordinary or difficult today. Lord, meet me in that first private moment, when no one else can see how much courage a simple morning may require. Sometimes I feel trapped between listening to my body and being afraid of what I might hear. If I ignore a symptom, I worry that I am careless. If I pay close attention, I worry that fear is controlling me. Give me a steady mind. Help me notice what needs attention without letting every sensation become a sentence against my future. Lead me toward responsible choices, clear communication, and the right support. This is the waiting that follows me from room to room. There may be a test result that has not arrived, a referral still being processed, a scan on the calendar, or a specialist appointment weeks away. The date sits in my mind while I wash dishes, answer emails, sit in class, or try to laugh with friends. Even ordinary moments can feel divided into before the answer and after the answer. Lord, meet me in the space between those two imagined worlds. I confess that waiting can make me search for certainty in places that only deepen my fear. I may read one more article, compare one more symptom, or replay one sentence from an appointment until it sounds more frightening than it did before. Give me wisdom about what to seek and when to stop. Help me prepare useful questions without living inside every possible conclusion. Let me be honest about what I know, and equally honest about what I do not know. This is the loneliness of trying to describe something that does not fit into simple words. I may say that I am tired, but the word feels too small. I may say that something hurts, but the location changes, the intensity shifts, or the sensation disappears before I can explain it. I fear the raised eyebrow, the hurried response, or the suggestion that I am exaggerating. I fear being seen as difficult when I am only trying to be understood. Father, give me language when language is available, and courage when it is not. Help me write down what matters, ask for clarification, and speak without apologizing for taking up necessary time. Surround me with people who listen carefully. Keep me from measuring the truth of my experience by another person's impatience. Let me remember that being difficult to diagnose is not the same as being dishonest. You are gentle with the faint. Your word says, "He giveth power to the faint," and your compassion does not recoil from reduced strength. You are not embarrassed by the person who must sit down, slow down, ask again, or begin with less energy than yesterday. You meet weakness with care. You give what is needed for the present hour. Father, let that promise become a resting place in me. Not a demand to feel powerful, but an assurance that faintness does not place me beyond your reach. When my strength is small, help me name the support I need. When I pause, help me communicate clearly instead of disappearing. When another person moves faster, guard me from turning their pace into a judgment of mine. Lord, meet me in the practical cost of uncertainty. There may be co-pays, insurance messages, medication expenses, transportation costs, or wages lost because I could not work the hours I planned. A single envelope may tighten my chest. A notification from a clinic or insurer may stay unopened because I am afraid of another amount I do not know how to cover. I may be young, but these decisions can make me feel suddenly old and alone. Give me calm for each conversation and honesty for each form. Guide me toward trustworthy assistance, clear information, and people who can help me understand the options before me. Keep fear from making every number feel like a verdict. Help me understand the options before me without letting fear choose for me. Give me humility to ask questions and courage to say when something is beyond what I can carry by myself. Protect me from shame when money and health become tangled together. I may resent that caring for my body costs time I wanted to spend building a life. I may worry that one more appointment will affect rent, debt payments, tuition, groceries, or the small savings I have tried to protect. Hold my heart when responsibility feels heavier than my age. Help me understand complex choices without rushing to hide my confusion. This is the disappointment of cancelling again. I may look at a work shift, a class, a church gathering, a dinner, a workout, or a trip I once anticipated, and realize that my body cannot meet the plan I made. My finger hovers over the message I do not want to send. I search for a reason that sounds acceptable. I fear that "I am not well enough today" will eventually sound like an excuse to everyone I care about. Father, help me communicate early, plainly, and without a long defense. Give me grace to communicate early when I can, to make amends when needed, and to release what was never within my control. Comfort me when I see photographs from a place I wanted to be. Ease the sting when people stop inviting me because they assume I will say no. Show me how to stay connected in ways my present strength can hold. Teach the people around me to see the difference between unwillingness and limitation. Let kindness grow where frustration has taken root. Give me wisdom about commitments, so I do not promise from hope and then punish myself when the body cannot follow. Let my yes be thoughtful and my no be honest. Help me build a life with room for change, not a life that collapses whenever a plan must bend. This is the ache of comparison. I may watch people my age announce promotions, degrees, engagements, new homes, races completed, babies expected, or journeys begun. I may tap a heart beneath their good news while something inside me sinks. I am glad for them, Yet I grieve the energy, confidence, or independence I thought I would have by now. The screen goes dark, and the question remains: why does my life feel paused while everyone else appears to be moving? Forgive me when comparison turns another person's joy into evidence against me. Help me bless what is good in their lives without denying what their news awakens in mine. Teach me to step away from the screen when my heart needs quiet. Give me friendships where I can celebrate and grieve honestly, without pretending that one feeling cancels the other. Father, restore my ability to recognize growth that cannot be posted. The phone call I finally made, the boundary I learned to speak, the appointment I kept despite fear, the meal I prepared with limited energy, the hour I rested before reaching complete exhaustion. These moments may look small from the outside, but you know the strength they required. You are present in the places where others do not see the struggle. You are near in the bedroom before sunrise, in the waiting room beneath bright lights, in the classroom where concentration slips, and at the desk where pain interrupts a simple task. He has not looked away from you. He is not absent from the hours that seem unremarkable to everyone else. Father, let your nearness soften the isolation of these hidden moments. When I smile so no one asks a question, remind me that I do not have to hide from you. When I excuse myself to sit in a quiet hallway, meet me there. When I arrive home depleted after appearing capable all day, receive the truth I could not say aloud. Lord, meet me when comparison follows me beyond the screen. It can enter the way I look at my calendar, the way I count productive hours, and the way I judge how much rest I need. It can make me rush on a better day and punish myself on a harder one. Teach me to notice that voice before it becomes the ruler of my choices. Give me a kinder measure for this season. Help me ask whether a decision is wise, not whether it makes me look as capable as someone else. Help me honor the limits I know without assuming every limit will always remain the same. Keep me open to learning, adjustment, and support. Let patience become a form of courage. Father, I bring you the frustration I turn inward. I bring you the anger that rises when a plan changes at the last minute. I bring you the embarrassment of needing more time, another explanation, or a different arrangement. I bring you the guilt of resting while unfinished work waits nearby. Receive these emotions without letting them harden into contempt for my own body. Teach me to speak to myself with truth. This body is not a machine that has betrayed an owner. It is part of the life I have been given, worthy of care, even when it is difficult to understand. Help me respond to it without worshipping comfort and without glorifying endurance. Give me balance, give me humility, give me steady judgment. When fear tells me to ignore what needs attention, give me courage to respond. When fear tells me that every sensation is an emergency, give me calm enough to seek clear guidance. Help me keep notes when notes are useful. Rest when rest is needed, and ask questions when I do not understand. Let responsibility be shaped by wisdom rather than panic. Father, bless the people who assist me. Give patience to the friend who waits in the car, the family member who checks in, the co-worker who helps adjust a task, and the professional who listens closely. Show me how to name what would help and thank them with clarity. Also give me grace when others do not understand. Keep disappointment from becoming bitterness. Thank you for the strength that brought me to this moment. Thank you for each appointment I was afraid to attend but attended anyway. Thank you for each honest conversation, each form completed, each boundary spoken, and each day I chose care over appearance. These steps may not be visible to many people. You have seen them all. Thank you for ordinary comforts that still belong to this morning. The water beside me, the cool floor beneath my feet, the sound of a familiar voice, the clean shirt waiting on a chair, the small meal I can manage, the window holding the changing light. Let these simple things become places where my attention can rest, instead of racing toward what has not happened. When uncertainty distorts my attention, help me recognize what fear is adding to the facts. When comparison pulls my eyes toward another person's path, expose the judgment hidden beneath it. Let honesty replace exaggeration, and let gratitude remain free from denial. Father, help me recognize the expectations I have accepted without examination. Show me which pressures come from responsibility and which come from fear of disappointing people. Give me language for a boundary that is clear, kind, and timely. Let honesty guide what I accept and what I decline. Quiet the mental alarm that has been sounding beneath my thoughts. Let fear lose its authority over every sensation. Give me room to notice what is true, ask what is useful, and leave speculation unnamed. Let peace become practical in the way I speak, choose and rest. You are attentive when my mind is tired. You are patient when I repeat the same concern. You are present when the room becomes quiet after another changed plan. Your care is not measured by my ability to feel calm. Even when my emotions remain unsettled, I may still place them before you. God of all comfort, guard the beginning of this day. Keep me from spending all my strength before the day has truly opened. Show me where to move and where to pause. Help me use my strength with care, without spending it to satisfy fear or appearance. There are deeper questions still waiting beneath the practical ones. Questions about identity, purpose, love, and the future I once pictured. I do not have to force them into silence. I can bring them closer to you, one at a time. Lead me gently toward the place where even those questions may be spoken. Father, meet me beneath the questions I can explain. There are fears under the appointments, the expenses, and the changed plans. They reach into the life I imagined. They ask whether there will still be room for work I love, relationships I cherish, and a future that feels open rather than narrowed by uncertainty. This is the fear that my body may interfere with everything I hope to build. I think about finishing school, keeping a job, growing in responsibility, serving others, traveling, marrying, or becoming a parent one day. A symptom can suddenly touch every dream at once. One difficult week can make the years ahead feel smaller. Lord, meet me when I mistake a hard season for the end of my story. Help me plan without pretending I control every outcome. Give me courage to make wise adjustments without surrendering every hope. Show me which goals need patience, which paths may need to change, and which desires can remain safely in your hands. Keep me from writing the final chapter while I am still living through one uncertain page. This is the guilt of needing help. I may need a ride, a reminder, a quieter room, more time, financial support, or someone beside me when I receive difficult information. Even when others offer gladly, I may hear an accusing voice within. It tells me I am becoming a burden. It tells me adulthood should mean handling everything alone. Father, separate dependence from worthlessness. Teach me that receiving care can be an act of trust. Let me thank people without apologizing for having needs. Give me wisdom to respect their limits, express gratitude, and also release the shame that says I must earn every kindness before accepting it. Lord, meet me when I rehearse the cost of my needs in someone else's life. I notice the fuel they used, the time they gave, the shift they changed, or the concern on their face. Help me see love without turning it into debt. Let healthy support remain mutual, honest, and free from silent resentment. Teach me to receive today and to give from what I have when I am able. This is the grief of looking different. My own skin feels unfamiliar. Weight may change. Strength may change. Sleep leaves its marks. I see them clearly. Scars may alter the mirror. Swelling may change my clothes. Movement may become limited. Appetite may shift again. I miss entering a room freely. I miss forgetting my body. God of all comfort, you understand the grief beneath the mirror. You see the wounds others notice, and you also know the ones they miss. You know the private grief. You know the public smile. Both matter to you. Your compassion is careful. Your attention is complete. Teach me to receive my changing appearance without letting it govern every thought. Your grief is heard. Let that promise interrupt the harsh voice in me. Teach me to care for appearance without making appearance the measure of my value. Help me choose clothing that serves the body I have today. Give me tenderness for scars, changes, and limitations I did not choose. When I look at myself, let me see a person worthy of patience. This is the isolation that grows while other people discuss promotions, weddings, homes, trips, and new beginnings. I may be happy for them and still feel left behind. Their conversations move easily toward the future, while mine may circle appointments, energy limits, and what I had to cancel. I fear that I have become difficult to include because my life requires too many qualifications. Father, protect me from withdrawing before anyone has the chance to love me well. Give me discernment about where I am safe to be honest. Lead me toward friendships that can hold celebration and sorrow in the same room. Help me ask questions about another person's life without erasing my own pain. Help me tell the truth about mine without allowing pain to become my only language. Lord, meet me at the table when I cannot follow the conversation without comparing. Meet me after the gathering, when silence makes every difference feel larger. Meet me when I see another announcement on a glowing screen and wonder whether my life has stopped. Remind me that hidden seasons are still lived seasons. Quiet days are still part of a human life. This is the question I am almost afraid to pray. Why has this not changed? I may have asked before. I may have trusted before. I may have received prayer, read promises, cried, waited, and tried to remain hopeful. Yet the tiredness may still be here. The pain may return. The answer may still be incomplete. I confess the shame that can follow that question. I wonder whether I prayed incorrectly. I wonder whether my faith is too small. I wonder whether disappointment means I have failed you. Father, release me from the cruel belief that suffering is proof of spiritual rejection. Keep me from turning uncertainty into an accusation against myself. Jesus, hold what feels uncertain. Jesus, hold what feels uncertain. Jesus, hold what feels uncertain. Jesus, you spoke beside a well to a woman who came with real thirst and a complicated life. You did not tell her that thirst made her unworthy. You offered a gift that could become within her a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Your living water is not a reward for people who have explained everything correctly. It is grace for the thirsty. Let that water reach the place in me that has grown dry from constant vigilance. Let it reach the part of my mind that keeps rehearsing bad news before it arrives. Let it reach the hope I have protected by expecting less. I'm not asking for a manufactured feeling. I am asking for your sustaining presence in the truth of this day. You are not confused by incomplete records, changing symptoms, or questions without names. You are the great physician, yet you see more than a chart. You see the person who misses their old energy. You see the dreams touched by fear. You see the courage hidden inside ordinary acts of care. My body may feel uncertain, but I am not abandoned inside it. Father, answer the question that opened this morning. Can I still have a future while my body feels this uncertain? Teach me that a future is not only a schedule that unfolds without interruption. It is also the life formed through truth, wisdom, love, endurance, and grace. Some plans may continue as expected. Some may change shape. Some may need to wait. Yet I am still here, and my life remains capable of receiving meaning. Do not let me confuse uncertainty with emptiness. There are things I cannot predict, but there are also things I can practice. I can tell the truth. I can receive care. I can love the people near me. I can learn what this season requires. I can notice beauty without demanding that beauty solve the pain. Give me a future spacious enough to include both limitation and joy. When fear says that only one version of life could have been good, loosen its grip. Help me grieve what may be different without deciding that everything different must be lesser. Lead me away from false optimism, but also away from despair that speaks as though it knows the ending. Let hope remain humble. Let it stay near the ground, where it can breathe. You are present in the life I have, not only the life I planned. You are attentive to the doors still open, the gifts still growing, and the relationships still capable of deepening. You do not reduce purpose to speed. You do not measure fruitfulness by constant output. In your hands, even a slower season may hold honest work, faithful love, and quiet beauty. Keep me open to moments that do not look important at first. A conversation that brings relief. A morning with enough energy for one meaningful task. A laugh that returns without warning. A prayer spoken without fear. Let me receive these moments without interrogating how long they will last. They are not guarantees, they are gifts, and I may welcome them. Let the anchor truth settle without being forced. I may still need answers. I may still need treatment, rest, adjustment, or help. But your presence is not postponed until everything improves. Your love is not waiting on the other side of a result. You meet me here. This is the fear that my identity is shrinking into symptoms, appointments, limitations, and explanations repeated to other people. I do not want every conversation to begin with how I feel. I do not want every decision to pass through the same narrow gate. Yet some days the body takes so much attention that I struggle to remember who I am beyond it. Father, call forward the parts of me that pain has pushed into the background. Remind me of the kindness I can still offer, the humor that still rises, the curiosity that still asks questions, and the love that still reaches toward others. Renew the gifts that can be practiced within this season. Show me forms of purpose that do not require me to deny my limits. Lord, meet me when I fear being known only as the one who is unwell. Give the people around me eyes for the whole person. Give me language for interests, hopes, faith, and ordinary joys. Help me make room for conversations that are not about my body. Let my life remain wider than the concern that currently demands attention. Jehovah Rapha, I place this whole person before you. Not only the part that hurts, not only the part that worries. I place my memory, imagination, relationships, choices, and future before you. Hold them together when fear tries to separate my life into what was possible before and what may be possible now. Across the world this Tuesday morning, others are bringing uncertain bodies before you. Some are waking before an appointment, some are waiting for a call, some are hiding their fear from the people they love. Some are trying to work, study, parent, or serve with strength that feels too small. We are many praying hearts, and none of us is invisible to you. While we wait, you remain present. While we seek wise care, you remain patient. While we rest, you do not call us lazy. Place us within the warmth of your people, where burdens can be spoken and compassion can take practical form. Father, I release the pressure to make my body perform so that other people remain comfortable. I release the urge to hide changes until I can explain them perfectly. I place my fear of disappointing others before you. Teach me to speak before resentment and exhaustion take over. Let honesty come first. Let resentment lose ground. Teach me to surrender without becoming passive. Restore my soul without rushing me. Let grace steady thoughts that remain unsettled. Show me the difference between faithful care and anxious control. Faithful care responds to what is known. Anxiety tries to govern what is unknown. Give me courage to state what has changed. Give me patience when another person needs clarification. Give me clarity when information conflicts. Guard me from agreeing merely to end a difficult conversation. Let truth and kindness remain together. If there is someone listening who is waiting for results, sit with them in the hours when the phone remains silent. Guard them from living through every possible answer before one has arrived. Give them clear questions, trustworthy support, and peace that does not depend on pretending they are unafraid. If there is someone listening who fears they will not be believed, strengthen their voice without hardening their heart. Lead them toward people who listen carefully. Help them record what is useful, ask for clarification, and seek appropriate care. When a conversation is disappointing, keep that moment from becoming the definition of every future conversation. If there is someone grieving the life or energy they once had, receive that grief with tenderness. Do not let anyone shame them for missing what has changed. Help them honor the past without disappearing into it. Open small windows of meaning in the life that is here now. If there is someone who feels spiritually ashamed because healing has not arrived as hoped, lift that shame from their shoulders. Let them know they are not disqualified from prayer. They do not have to create a confident voice for you. They may come tired. They may come disappointed. They may come with tears and few words. God of all comfort, make room in our communities for these honest prayers. Teach us not to offer careless explanations for another person's pain. Teach us to listen before speaking, to help without controlling, and to remain present when there is no simple answer. Let compassion become visible through meals, rides, patient messages, flexible plans, and quiet companionship. Father, I surrender the timeline I keep trying to impose. I surrender the version of courage that never asks for help. I surrender the need to appear unaffected. Meet me in responsible treatment, in nourishing rest, in movement that is appropriate for me, and in every wise step offered through trustworthy care. You are faithful when my confidence is thin. I bring you the courage I have, even when it feels small. Quiet the urge to rehearse disaster. Loosen the fear of disappointing people. Let truth, patience, and self-control guide my response. When night comes, help me release the body from constant examination. Let the bed become a place of rest rather than a courtroom where I review every sensation. If sleep is slow, remain gentle with me. If tomorrow carries another appointment, help me enter it as a person already seen and loved. Jesus, continue your quiet work in the places no one else can reach. Renew hope without asking me to deny reality. Restore what fear has drained from my spirit. Strengthen what has become faint. Give me grace to live this day as a whole person, held within your care. Father, let this prayer settle now. Let the questions that have been spoken rest in your care. Let the body that has been watched, measured, compared, and worried over become quiet before you for a little while. Nothing has to be forced in this moment. Nothing has to be proved. Thank you for staying near through every honest word. Thank you for receiving gratitude that was mixed with grief, hope that was mixed with fear, and faith that did not always feel strong. Thank you that you did not ask me to hide the uncertainty before coming close. You welcomed the whole truth. I place this Tuesday in your hands. I place the hours I can see and the ones I cannot predict. I place the messages, appointments, responsibilities, and decisions that may come. Give me wisdom when responsibilities compete. Give me patience when information remains incomplete. Give me courage to communicate before fear becomes silence. When I rise from this prayer, help me move gently. Keep me from rushing to prove that I am fine. Let me notice what my body is communicating without treating every signal as an enemy. Give me courage to seek responsible care, to follow trustworthy guidance, and to speak clearly when something changes. Protect me from neglect, but also protect me from fear that consumes every quiet moment. Lord, teach me to honor small acts of care. A glass of water, a meal that gives strength, a pause before exhaustion, a question written down before an appointment, a call to someone safe. Let these ordinary choices become expressions of stewardship rather than evidence that something is wrong with me. If my energy changes during the day, help me adjust without condemning myself. If a plan must bend, give me honesty. If I am able to do more than expected, help me receive the gift without using it to punish myself later. Keep me from spending tomorrow's strength to satisfy today's pressure. Father, restore peace between me and my body. Anger has lived here. Bring patience. Embarrassment has lived here. Bring dignity. Suspicion has lived here. Bring wise attention. Grief has lived here. Make room for comfort. I do not ask for pretense. Make me steady. Keep me honest. Let hope remain truthful. Let rest remain honorable. Let support remain honest and mutual. Let my prayers hold their questions. Teach me to notice anger before it becomes self-contempt. Teach me to name grief before it becomes silence. Thank you for the people who may walk beside me. Bless those who listen carefully, those who make room, and those who offer practical kindness without making me feel small. Give me grace to recognize sincere care. Give me discernment where boundaries are needed. Help me remain open without handing my peace to every opinion. Lord, if today includes a difficult conversation, prepare my words. If it includes waiting, guard my imagination. If it includes disappointment, hold my heart without letting disappointment define the whole day. If it includes relief, help me receive that relief with gratitude rather than fear of losing it. Keep fear from turning ordinary details into warnings. Let a delayed message remain only a delayed message until I know more. Let a quiet room remain a quiet room. Train my attention to distinguish facts from predictions. Father, as this prayer grows quiet, let peace enter the places where anxious thoughts have worn deep paths. I will not demand that calm arrive perfectly. I will not judge this prayer by how different I feel. Let its truth remain available when fear returns. Let kindness remain close. Dear friend, if bringing your uncertain body honestly before God has given you even a little room to breathe, you may type, "I am held beside the living water," as a quiet reminder for yourself and an encouragement to another person who may read it. If you feel led, place this prayer in the hands of a young adult who is waiting for answers, managing symptoms quietly, or fearing that their plans are slipping away, like offering a cup of water on a difficult morning. Father, I turn back to you for the final blessing. Keep every listener beneath your care. As this prayer ends and the day begins, let the words they have heard become gentle truth, rather than another burden to perform. May the Lord bless you and keep you through this Tuesday. May He guard your mind when uncertainty tries to speak louder than truth. May He give you wisdom for each responsible step and patience for every answer that has not yet arrived. May the Lord make His face shine gently upon you. May His grace meet every place in your body that feels frightening or unfamiliar. May you remember that weakness does not erase dignity, that needing help does not erase maturity, and that a slower day does not erase purpose. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. May that peace quiet the thoughts that have raced all morning. May it reach the waiting room, the workplace, the classroom, the bedroom, and every place where you have tried to look stronger than you feel. May He restore your soul with patient mercy. May He give strength when you are faint, courage when you need to speak, and humility when you need to receive care. May He surround you with trustworthy people and lead you away from voices that deepen fear or shame. May you walk into this day without carrying its entire weight at once. May you know what belongs to this hour and release what does not. May your body be treated with patience. May your heart be treated with tenderness. May your future remain open in the hands of God. Jesus, remain near when the room becomes busy and this quiet moment feels far away. Bring back the truth you have planted here. Remind the listener that they may be honest, responsible, hopeful, and still uncertain. Hold every unanswered question with wisdom greater than ours. We entrust health, care, plans, relationships, work, study, and every hidden fear to you. We ask for no false promise and no shallow comfort. We ask for your presence, your wisdom, your sustaining grace, and your peace. In the gentle and restoring name of Jesus Christ, our faithful Savior and great Physician, we pray. Amen. We will meet again tomorrow morning, one gentle breath at a time. The morning light is already entering. You may walk forward gently. God bless you.